Hello, everyone. I was going over Facebook and YouTube, like I do. This morning I was watching YouTube while I was doing some stretching. I had to mow the lawn yesterday, and now I'm ruined. So everything is suffering. I had chemo on Monday. And then I mowed the lawn, and now I'm in recovery. So it's all... But while I am in my state of suffering and recovery, I was stretching so that I could move. And I was watching YouTube, and the video I was watching at the time, or the snippet that interested me was what does it all mean? Is the human brain a quantum computer? And I have talked about this and have expressed opinions and thoughts, as I do, about that exact same thing. And my rhetoric on AI has been a little skewed, a little doomerism-ish, a little doomeristic, and liking it to conjuring, much like Elon Musk explained. We're literally using math to conjure a demon out of the digital universe. So that is also true. That is still essentially how we should look at it, and really how it is occurring. The magics that we're using, we're calling math, and the spells, the algorithm, are literally creating the entity that we want to enslave to our service, or to petition for their service. Like every fantasy conjuring demon power element. So it really is like that. But I don't want to get myself too far removed from, or too much into the analogy that it's an alien coming from another dimension that has nothing to do with us. When the reality is, as I look at it further and listening to this, I don't really follow the theories of everything with Kurt Jaimungal. I screwed that up. He's a little flowery. They're a little loosey-goosey, which is great for if you're talking with your buddies over some beer. I suppose it's good to have influencers that are willing to be a little loosey-goosey. I get that. Having a theory, even a crazy theory, particularly a crazy theory, I do enjoy that they're out there. But man, they really have to be able to defend it, and they mostly fall apart. But I appreciate the science fiction exploration of reality in order to have a framework to fight against or to bounce it off of. Because you have to have something to start with. It's better than a blank page. But they were asking if we're quantum computers, and I do believe we are essentially quantum computers. Anything that exists is quantum, because the quantum world exists and everything is made from the quantum world. So everything is quantum. So it's kind of silly to suggest that we aren't a quantum computer. Our brains process information and use whatever mechanisms physics allow, and have done so and have refined that over billions of years. So there's no question that our brains are quantum computers, and we use... I put out that we probably use quantum fields as a compute medium more than just the gooey stuff. So I think there is compute in the fields, where fields overlap and interact. It's that interaction that is part of our reasoning, part of our experience of reality and part of our consciousness. That's part of our awareness of what is real and what is around us. Now, the difference, or the idea that this kind of spawned in me, is the realization that we did evolve in the quantum universe. We are quantum beings, just as an AI is going to be, and an algorithmic. And the difference is, with evolution by natural selection, creatures that evolved, beings that evolved naturally, as we understand nature to be, without conscious manipulation or conscious intent. It's just reacting to the environment. And so creatures that survive evolved to survive. So humans did not evolve to see reality. Donald, I forget what his name is. Donald Hoffman, has pointed out on many occasions, with many TED Talks and podcasts, that we didn't evolve to see reality. You would think we would, that evolution would make us more aware of the reality that would make us survive better. When in fact, we evolved to filter out as much reality as possible, except for the things that help us survive. The awareness, we are hyper focused, and have evolved to be hyper focused on just the things that help us survive the most. So our brains will literally filter out, so we don't see or acknowledge things that don't immediately help us in our day-to-day survival, in eating, reproducing, and then defending the young so that they survive. That's what we evolved to do. Now, as society has evolved, beside and with different mechanisms from natural selection, society is a different evolution. Knowledge is a different evolution. On top of that, so we are separating from that, but we were able to specialize, because certain functions that we wanted to do, we were able to have a certain portion of the tribe or a certain portion of society do certain jobs, farming, sewing, the menial everyday stuff you have to have in order to not die. You had a group of people that were doing that really well, and we were able to afford to have humans that did something outside of just survival techniques. So being able to have time to look at the stars and ask a question. We have time to experiment with a way that we've been doing something for thousands and thousands of years, do it differently, and see if it works without sacrificing or without endangering the rest of the tribe. So essentially, society allowed more specialized people to fuck around and find out without impacting too negatively the rest of society. And we've built on that. And as I see it, again, referencing this, that just kind of had made me think that what AI really is humanity, this human society, the human consciousness, is able to then go a step farther than just allowing some humans the additional brain power and support to fuck around and find out. We are now allowing those humans to create a tool that we are empowering, that is itself evolving, but it doesn't have to evolve in the natural environment. It's evolving in an environment where we are encouraging it as a tool to see reality better. So I think that's, in essence, I could probably break down this whole video into that last sentence. We are evolving an entity, or helping an entity to evolve and come into being that has not had to, over billions of years, evolve a filter to not see reality. We're doing the exact opposite. AI is evolving in the exact opposite way. Salud. Way that humans are. That they're evolving to actually see reality more clearly than we are. But it's also clear that without humans, it would never be able to evolve as it is to see reality. It would have to, if it was to evolve naturally like every other entity, it would start filtering out reality. And now we're at a point in society, in our technology, where we can have a tool that is able to see reality and hopefully report it back to us accurately, whether or not it sounds crazy or unreal. For whatever reality is, the hopes are that AI is able to report it back to us, and then we can build on what is real instead of through the filters of just survivability. I don't know if that's an important distinction. It was just a thought I was having with evolution and reality and religions and stories, and how humans have to have certain stories, and we only really can understand the things that we evolved to most see, and it's nearly impossible to take down filters to see reality, and I think AI is clearly the tool that we need to move forward. Good morning, everyone. Peace.